Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. As today we're going to be talking about the trade that happened just yesterday for the Edmonton Oilers, as they sent a prospect Dmitri Samorukov, and in return we got Klim Kostin, the kind of guy that hasn't been able to put his game together there for the St. Louis Blues. But honestly, I'm a really big fan of this move. So before we get into talking about this move, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. It'll be very much appreciated. And I hope you guys are all having a great, happy Thanksgiving today, as today is Canadian Thanksgiving. If you're in America, well, I guess you gotta wait until November, but happy Thanksgiving to all you Canadians out there. So let's talk about this trade that just happened yesterday, where it was kind of a more of a cap maneuver where Dmitri Samorukov had a little bit more cap than Klim Kostin, but this was also a move where we had to kind of get rid of Dmitri Samorukov. There wasn't, you look at the lefty chart of defensemen that we had. We had Ryan Murray that we just had this year. You had Philip Broberg. You had Nemalainen. You just had a lot of guys that were up on that left side that were continuing to climb the rankings faster than what Samorukov was. You look at Nemalainen and how Nemalainen was just honestly developing faster than what Dmitri Samorukov was. It was just purely simple. It was just like, hey, this is a type of move that we got to make here. Samorukov has been showing some highlights, but he really hasn't impressed very many people. And there's been a lot of people that think that this guy is going to be a top four defenseman and that he was going to be a big thing. But quite honestly, how are we going to place him in that top four spot? How are we going to make Dmitri Samorukov successful when we already have Darnell Nurse and Brent Kulak up the left side? And since we're wanting to keep Philip Broberg, we're going to be talking about Philip Broberg in the roster breakdown video I'll be making tomorrow, or be uploading on tomorrow. Today is going to be talking about Klim Kostin, but with how stacked we are on the left side, there was really no sense of keeping Dmitri Samorukov in this case. Really, there's no sense of it. And Dmitri Samorukov hasn't been looking amazing over the past few years. He's had a few years in the AHL, and still every single year he's showed a little bit of glimpses, but once again has never really been able to make a big push to the NHL roster. Players like Broberg and Samorukov have been miles ahead of him, and just there's no room for him. Pure and simple, there's no room. Nemalainen played more games than what Dmitri Samorukov has played. It just shows by the depth chart that we have, and especially Slater Cuckoo as well, once he comes off from dealing with his mental problems that he's dealing with right now. Once he comes back, the left side is going to be even deeper. So there's really no sense of having Dmitri Samorukov in this type of deal. Now, what is Klim Kostin going to be bringing here for the Edmonton Oilers? He was a guy that played all right for the Edmonton or for the St. Louis Blues last year. Was an all right two-way guy, had some good finishing ability. He loves to score goals. He's a good finisher. But he only had 9 points in 40 games last year, but he only got about 9 minutes per game. This could be a guy that you could potentially see in the lineup. I don't think in the starting lineup, just because we have a lot of players like our forward core. We're really deep this year, and that's a really good thing that we're having this year. It's a really good problem that we are so deep. We don't even know who's going to be in the starting lineup, with Janmark and Greg McKegg already being down. We just have a really, really deep team, and that's something good to be talking about here, because with the addition of Klim Kostin, that's going to make us even deeper. I would love to see Klim Kostin in the lineup and seeing him a few times in there, because honestly, that would be a type of player I would like to see in a few games to see how well he does, and maybe we could actually develop his game. He's only 23. There's tons of room for Klim Kostin to grow here. This was a guy that was formerly had a big top 6 potential. He's been kind of up and down on his trajectory. A former first-round pick, 31st overall, basically a second-round pick. But this is a guy that I think maybe we can make into a good player, and I hope that we can. He's showed some great AHL glimpses. It's just he's been a little up and down, and I think this is a really good move by the Edmonton Oilers and by Ken Holland. This was a really smart move. We really didn't need Dmitri Samorukov. He wasn't really panning out to be anything. And if a guy's not going to really pan out to be anything, you might as well dump him off, especially if you're not going to be giving him the time and the space to develop and be in the right spot. Because quite honestly, we're really stacked defensively in the AHL right now. And you look at it, if Dmitri Samorukov is going to have no room to grow, he's going to have a lot more room to grow in St. Louis, because quite honestly, they don't have a lot of, big name prospects up that left-hand side. You got, they got the Mikola, Krug, and Letty, but, that's all they really got. They got Peronovich and Scandella, but you have a little bit more room with Samorukov to move up the threshold. He's probably one of their top left-handed defensive prospects alongside of Peronovic, so that he has a little bit more space to grow. So I really like this move for both teams, and both the St. Louis Blues and the Edmonton Oilers. But for right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys very much for watching. Tell me, guys, in the comment section below what you guys thought of the move. I thought this was a really big W. I think Klim Kostin will be a really, really good player for us. Even if he isn't, honestly, there's not a whole lot of room for Dmitri Samorukov to grow here with the Edmonton Oilers. So in the end, this is a good move. And I really like Klim Kostin. I hope he will be able to be a really good player for the future of the Edmonton Oilers, whether he's just a top 9 player or maybe even a future top 6 guy. For right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here, though. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.